Says he got quite the surprise over the weekend as he reached into his toolbox and was bitten by a rattlesnake. He's doing much better now after spending 2 nights in the hospital. Now he's sharing his story as a warning to others in the community. Fox 40's Doug Johnson has more from El Dorado Hills.
Well, this behind me here is the garage where that man was bit, and as it gets hotter and hotter, you're going to see more and more snakes trying to get into where people are living. Over the weekend, Fred and Bonnie Kuntz were taking groceries into their El Dorado Hills home when he noticed his tool chest in the garage.
And the drawer was open, and I thought, well, I'll just push it shut.
And that's when he felt a snake bite him.
Got to the door and opened up and said, I just got bit by a rattlesnake.
Fred was rushed to the hospital, and after 2 nights of intensive care, he's now expected to be okay.
The firemen were great. They would not leave. They took Fred to the hospital and they stayed with me until they found the snake.
But the Kuntzes didn't want to risk running into another snake. So Tuesday they called out Lou Frazier from Rattlesnake Removal USA to check their property.
Well, they had to give him 6 vials, $50,000 worth of anti-venom.
Wow.
As we followed Lou around, it didn't take long for him and his snake-sniffing dog Peaches to find another one.
There's a baby rattlesnake over here.
And then another snake. In all, he found 5 snakes in and around their property, successfully capturing 4 of them.
So you can literally step right next to one and it won't rattle as long as it thinks it's invisible.
Frazier says this time of year his business really starts to pick up as he receives dozens of calls a day in the summer months as snakes look for cooler areas.
The best advice I can give to anyone is to make sure that you get to the hospital as fast as possible.
Fred says the paramedics who helped him commended him for staying so calm, but he says he never really saw a reason to panic.
What are you going to do? You know, I have a little bit of blood. I could wipe the blood, but you know, that doesn't do any good.
And it's this garage corner where the snake expert we spoke with says more than likely the snake that bit Fred got into his home. So again, he says you really got to check those corners and nooks and crannies to make sure there's no holes for them to get inside. In El Dorado Hills tonight, Doug Johnson, Fox 40 News.
Doug, thanks so much. Still ahead for you tonight, everyone.